You know, 'cause I lost all my money now playing, like, doing stupid shit. I
You'll
actually
get back there, man.
oh, sorry, I got my full medical record, and I gotta wait a month, and then I go into the army either this year or next year.
You going the army next year?
Yeah.
Bro, that's... I was honestly thinking to go to the Marines, but, yeah. But,
I was gonna go in
yeah.
the Royal...
Yeah, I know
Marines.
it's
I was
Marines
gonna go in
and the
the
army, it's harder.
I was gonna go in the Royal Marines Commandos, which is in the UK, the UK Marines, and but I might not be going there now. I think I'm gonna be a spy instead.
It's crazy flash, man.
So like I'd be like observing enemies as well as destroying them, and I'd have the power to call in helicopters. I can call in airstrikes, artillery strikes, things like that.
Be careful out there, man. Hey man, like, you know, if something ever happened to you, me and Skinny and the people like that love you the most would honestly cry, you know.
Yeah, well,
Even though you just met Skinny.
I'd be like observing enemies and then deciding what the best move is. Like if I see like hostages or people that's been kidnapped or terrible things, then I might have to go in silently, do you know what I mean? So you tend to do stealth operations and stuff.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, you get like to wear the headgear. Have you played like Modern Warfare?
Modern Warfare? Yeah, I have.
Wait, yeah, you know, like the
Warzone,
helmets with like the goggles and stuff.
Oh.
Like the bulletproof helmets where like you get the night vision goggles. Do you know what I remember?
I think so, I do.
Yeah, so you get like thermal and night vision goggles and stuff you wear.
That's like going... No. Just be careful out there, you know, flashbang, you know?
Yeah, no, but you're only in like a 6-man squad. And that's it, it's just me and 5 other people. So it's a small squad, and you'd be going up against territories and like enemy bases and stuff.
That's still going on, like, until this day, you know?
What's that?
Like it's probably not related to it, but like cartels or...
No, it'd probably be more like ISIS and stuff like that.
Even that going on still, right? ISIS?
Yeah, it's another type of shit that ISIS do to people. They kidnap women, they do like child prostitution, they do all kinds of, you know, evil shit. So I'm just taking out bad people. I'm just taking out bad people and saving people's lives.
Yeah, man. Like as well as like honestly, I'm like a man, you know, that is not like that, and like justice they should do, you know, like.
I always wanted to serve God, and like I believe I have a purpose in life, and my purpose in life is to honour God and to do God's work, to prove that one day I'll be worthy of being a God when I die.
Yo, but dude, flashbang, as well as this, like, you know the 10 Commandments, right? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what one of the commandments are, right?
What do you mean?
Like, the first one, like, if I could say it's so much more emotionally, much more sentimental, like, thou shalt not take in vain or something, like, thy mother or thy father, thou shalt not say the Lord's name in vain. And then there's one.
I don't believe in like just God. Like I believe there's multiple gods. Like I've done a thing called DMT. Do you know what DMT is? It's not really a drug because it's naturally produced by the human body. yeah, it's a psychedelic, and but it's naturally produced. It's naturally produced by your body, your third eye, and like in a way, yeah, you get two massive hits of it when you die. Like when you're born, sorry, and when you die, those are the two main hits of DMT, and you also release minute amount of DMT when you're sleeping. So like, you know, when you're dreaming, and you're like in a dream, all of that, yeah, all of that is DMT that comes from your third eye. And like people's third eye is actually in their brain, and we actually have an eye in our brain. Like there's actually a shape of an eye in the middle of our brains, and most people don't even know that. Like you know, like back to the Egyptian times, you know, the Eye of Horus. No, the Eye of Horus. It's like an eye with like a shape to it, and like a type of eyelash, so like pattern, but it like flicks up. Like you would have seen in pyramids and stuff. Yeah, and it'd be like an eye on the pyramid. Yeah, well, like that eye is like exactly what our third eye looks like. And all the Egyptians ever used to do, like the Egyptians were known as gods, like there'd be some Egyptians that were known as gods, and not all the pyramids were triangle, they'd have like square shaped roofs, and I think the reason they had square shaped roofs was they were big enough to like land a UFO, so a UFO could have landed, and these aliens or whatever could have helped build the pyramids in a way. So we know gods could have built the pyramids because they were 22-ton bricks that are impossible to lift by even 1,000 men. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's crazy how things like that was built back then. There was no such thing as construction, and all that's in Egypt is sand. You can't build nothing out of sand. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so a lot of things don't make sense. But like when I've done DMT and stuff, I've seen like, have you ever seen Night in the Museum? the film Night in the Museum? It's like a film, this is the only reason I recognise his face. Like I used to think I was meant to watch that movie, I was meant to see that film, and that's why I did. But like, because it relates to me in some way, and I thought like I thought it was all fake. I thought like, because it's like in a museum where everything comes to life, you know what I mean, and like you'd have a live T-Rex bones moving around, and you'd have like a live not pyramid, the stone, which is what I'm on by the face I seen. Apparently it's called a Mayo statue, and it'd just be like a big long face, and he used to like go like, "Hey dum dum," and like he'd call him dum dum and that, and like he's calling him a dum dum because he's a god and he's, you know, a human, so this god is much more smarter than him, and so like he's just like trying to say it to him. Like I thought all that was fake, I thought it was just a film, and then because I seen this face, like I seen multiple of these faces, like in a corridor, and it'd just be a corridor of these faces I'm seeing, and I searched it up, you know, afterwards. I thought I recognised that face, so I looked on Google. I said, what's the statue called from Night in the Museum, and then it came up saying Mayo, and it's a real thing. Somehow I managed to actually see something that's all the way over the other side of the world, and I've never been there. How crazy is that? Because there were these statues that were built on Easter Island, which is a small little island with just grass on there. There's literally nothing on this island apart from grass, and all these statues in a big giant circle around the island. And they don't just have heads, they have bodies that are all the way in the ground. So how can they build, because this was built in the 16th century, you know, and how can you build that on an island with just grass and the rest is just sea? Doesn't make sense, does it? And what the brief description of the statue was, they were built by the Rai Napu people, and I believe in reincarnation. I believe like we could have lived, some would have lived less, some would have lived more, like 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, so on. And like, so I believe like when you die, like this light that we see, when we go to the light is just an illusion. And you know, like to say, oh, there's heaven, like if you go to the light you go to heaven. I think all of that was built on purpose, so people keep getting reincarnated and trapped in this earth and have to keep reliving non-stop and can never like stop reliving again. Does that make sense? And like this light you would see is basically not heaven, but you being born again, and this is like the DMT now, and you were like being born again, and you're like a baby, and that light is just a hospital room, you know, like a hospital light, like it's really bright, you're just being born, everything's super bright, and then you're like literally crying as a baby when you're born, because you've got to redo life again, you've got to do it all again, restart. You like thought you made so much progress, you know, and now your memories fading away, you're losing all your memories, so you don't remember your past life. And that's when the process works, you know what I mean? But they say when the process fails, there's counts of kids or children that could remember past lives from like many years ago. And like some of these kids I've seen on TV, they were like talking about a certain family, and they was like saying where the place was, and like they actually looked it up, and this was like, you know, like a couple of 100 years ago, and everything this kid said was actually correct. So how can a kid who never had like Google, because that wasn't there back then, you know what I mean? And like, you know, so how can he work that out? So it means mental. So like, do you believe in reincarnation? Yeah. So like, you live like 1,000 lifetimes type thing. Like, it makes sense, do you know what I mean? It makes sense. And because it makes sense, that's why I believe in it. So I mean, like, all this thing about being in heaven, walking up these stairs to these clouds, it don't make sense. Because clouds are in the earth, and they're talking about things that exist in the earth. So like, that's why I believe man made God, and history is his story. Does that make sense? Oh wait, that's the one thing I forgot to say as well. That statue is when I said like it was built by the Rai Napu people, I was thinking that I could have possibly been reincarnated before, and maybe I was a Rai Napu people. Do you get it? Like I was part of an ancestry family. So you have like a family of ancestors, and maybe I was a part of this big group, and I was like yeah, one of these people, and like maybe that's why I've seen these faces, because to me that could be my gods. Do you get it? Because it also said that they were known as God. That's what it says online. It says they were known as a type of God. So, and I took something that is, you know, produced by my body, and you can get it as like a plant, and it's like, looks like crystal flowers, and it's the safest thing you could do. It's literally safer than doing sugar. Sugar is way more harmful than DMT. Salt would obviously be way more harmful, you know, and even breathing too fast. Which, yeah, it's illegal because it makes people too smart. That's what I think. Yeah, but I think the people that own the world right now are people that took DMT, and that's why, like, I believe there's a government we don't even know about that, like, owns us and makes us pay taxes, and we always got to keep paying to live for these people, because they found a way to control everyone and own everything. Well, there's not many smart people in the world, so I think. Yeah, apparently we actually got 2 star signs. Apparently, from going from the day you were born and things like that, and your name. So it's got to do something with your name and when the day you was born. So apparently I'm an Aquarius snake. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I was trying to say something like, I'm like a person that sheds his skin, and like every time I shed my skin, I'm like a new me, and I'm like a better version of me, and like a smarter version. But everyone has 2 different star signs.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
what's a bird?
no, I only looked at my own stuff. Because like, your brain can only remember so much, so it's only worth my time to work stuff about me. Like, I used to be atheist. I was like, didn't believe in God. I believed when you die, you're dead, that's it. And I used to have like no hope in life, and then like I was like really depressed, and like I wanted to take my own life. Didn't see the point in living if I was going to die anyway. I don't know. And so like, I don't know, I was really depressed in those thoughts, and then I done psychedelics, and psychedelics saved my life. Like, I just felt the sense, like a feeling in the universe. I felt like the warmth of the universe, and I felt like I was loved in the universe, and that there's like, I felt the presence of gods. Like, I didn't have to see them, I didn't see them, but I felt them, which I thought was a lot more powerful. And like, it just changed the way I think. It changed the way I think about life. It made me want to live. It made me not suicidal. It made me not depressed anymore. And it made me appreciate life. And I thought, if I don't appreciate this life, I'm dishonouring God, or I'm disrespecting God. So what do you think about that? Because like, I don't look at these as drugs, because they're on like the plants, obviously I'd say like, you know, something like heroin would be a drug, but this isn't heroin, do you know what I mean? This is like, I'd say heroin was like the devil's drug, you know, like the devil created, and that's why it's red, do you know what I mean? And like the other ones that are not red and more nice in colour, like purple, that's like God's, do you know what I mean? That's God's plants, and like they were put on this earth for us to take, because like, you know, if it wasn't for psychedelics I wouldn't have changed my diet, do you know what I mean? Because it changed the way I think. You know, now I'm a full vegan. I don't eat any meat products, I don't eat any dairy, because it made my thoughts stronger, and it made me sick with myself that I eat animals, and like it just made me feel sick, and so it even changed my diet and made me just eat, you know, like vegetables and plants. And all of this shit is Class A. It's all Class A, highly illegal, I think, because it can cure mental health problems. Do you know what I mean? It's like, the reason it's illegal is because they're plants, people could just grow them, and if people growed them, they'd have no reason to go to the doctor, because they'd be a lot more healthier, and so therefore they miss out on a lot of money. They need people going to doctors and taking pharmaceutical drugs. They keep giving them more problems, so they keep coming back and profiting the government and giving them more money. So, I mean, anything that's not made in the lab can't be sold, because people will grow them. So I mean, like, people could grow the plants, but like, it's got to be made in the lab. If it can't be made in the lab, they can't make money. And like, what psychedelics made me realise was like, why should we have to pay taxes? Like, so I mean, obviously people can contribute to society and still make the world a better place, but like, you know, people would want to do it by choice and do what's actually beneficial for the world. Do you know what I mean? Because like, why do we have to go and buy food? Like, it's a lot better if we owned parts of the land and just grew our own food. So, I mean, that's why like they sell meat, because you can't just grow meat in the ground. Do you know what I mean? But it's like the main reason people eat meat is because they didn't have to kill the animal themselves. Yeah, but it's like, just because you didn't have to kill the animal and watch the animal suffer is the only reason you eat it. But like, if I give you a chicken and like, you go have this chicken for 2 weeks, and then like 2 weeks later you'd be like, oh, I start liking this chicken makes me laugh, or he finds it funny, and then I'm like, alright, here's a knife, I wanted to chop his head off. So I mean, would you do that? That's what I mean. And it's like, I also think like there's a bit of Hitler in like a lot of people, and like what I mean by that is like, how come it's okay to kill one animal but it's not okay to kill another animal? Why is it fine to kill a cow but it's not fine to kill a dog? Do you know what I mean? Like, what did a cow ever do to you? Like, oh, it's okay to eat a deer. If you look at a horse in a way is like a deer, but obviously much different in body, and a bit slower, things like that. But deers are a lot faster, you know, but they're very quiet animals and like to be left alone. So why is it fine to kill a deer it's not fine to kill a horse, because a horse is useful to us. We can ride horses. Do you know what I mean? Oh, but we can't ride a deer. So yeah, we'll kill the deer because it's useless. Do you know what I mean? Since a young age, when I was in school, I always asked questions. I always wanted to know things, how things work, why things are the way they are. You know, I wanted to know everything. Oh no, I wouldn't want that. That would ruin my life. I want to live my life. I mean, how can I have something like that if I want to be a professional poker player, you know, and make a lot of money, not just that, do crazy shit like climb Mount Everest, which I could die. And like I will climb Mount Everest when I'm like in my 40s, 50s. I mean, I'll take the risk because it's an achievement. And you know, why would I want to be the perfect father when that's never what I had? So I'd be very envious and jealous that I made this kid so perfect, and that's never what I had. So, but like, I actually prayed to God that I never have kids, and I think He granted my wish. Do you know what I mean? Like I've like, you know, had sex with this girl like a few years ago, you know, probably over 100 times, and not once did she get pregnant. She wasn't on, you know, no protection, nothing, and it just doesn't seem to happen, and like I didn't want it to happen, and like I think God's granted me my wish, because I think God knows it would ruin me as a person. Well, in the night.
Huh?
Well, in the night.
What?
Did you say the night? It's like 7 in the morning over here.
Stay up? When's the last time you went to sleep?
I woke up at 4 in the morning.
How long did you sleep for?
Quite bad. I slept quite a long time. 12 hours, 13 hours.
Naturally, that's
well, I stayed awake all in the day.
Who?
Him.
It's 7 in the morning.
Oh.
Like, you should try a vegan diet.
Vegan diet?
Yeah.
I'll try it, huh? I mean, yeah, I'll try it. As well as, I think our cavemen, you know how they got meat, maybe it changed them, or I don't know how, but...
No, but what I think is cavemen weren't intelligent. Cavemen weren't intelligent enough to grow vegetables. They didn't know how to. I mean, they didn't know what they was doing. So they just seen an animal and they like, oh well, that's moving, and like we're really hungry. So, but like I think, like not every person is the same. Like not everyone can eat a vegan diet. You know, some people are allergic to like plants and like nuts and so on. So like I believe the way our ancestors survived will greatly impact certain people's blood types. So because it's been like millennia, like so many years, people have different types of blood, and not everyone can eat a vegan diet. Like since I've gone vegan, I'm a lot more faster, stronger, and quicker. I seem to like being a lot more fitter, and like vegans also have higher oxygen levels than people that eat meat. So people that eat meat have less oxygen in their blood. And like I done it, was like, so as soon as I tried this vegan diet, I don't want to go back. Like ever.
Could it be me?
Do you want to watch this live stream? Yeah, just go on my profile. Are you watching, yeah? There's a lot of games here.
I'm on your. Oh, it says now playing.
I'm in a live
That's
stream, just go on my profile.
Oh, watch it.
Yeah.
I'm watching it. Log into YouTube. Okay, it
There's
seems
so
like
many
I'm on
games.
it. Really?
There's Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 1, Savage Beast.
Oh my god, what are you doing, bro?
Are you watching this?
How much did that cost?
Are you watching this, yeah? Are you watching? ASAP. ASAP,
Yeah.
Are you watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was free. Because I got PlayStation now. You seeing the stream here? ASAP. Are you watching the stream? Are you watching the stream? Well, well, can you see anything? Can you see anything? No, because, right, apparently I'm supposed to pay for most of the games. Is there any free ones? Oh, they got sports as well. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Oh, damn. Do we play it here?
Wait, I can play one. That's all I'm allowed to play.
Oh.
Sun. I have to play Sun.
Keep looking.
Playable, there we go, Sun. This is
Only
mental.
one? Do it.
Whoa.
What is Sun?
This is mental.
Whoa. Dude, that's crazy, man.
Oh, I'm dying already. I fell in the water. That's ridiculous.
This is...
I'm dead again. The fuck, like?
Looks like you're not dead, is it? Oh, no, you died. Yeah, you died.
Whoa.
Oh, 3 lives.
I'm dodging them. I dodged them all.
Oh, God. Oh,
Oh, he jumped into me.
you got
Game over.
Oh.
Damn.
game over.
What do you think of this then?
It's pretty cool. Oh, they got you.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is so hard. It's like I don't know where they're gonna move, like.
Oh, jeez.
I got one life again. Oh, he jumped into me. Oh, this is shit. I can't do this. That's the only game I can play. I have to spend £33 to play all the others. So what do you think of that then?
It's pretty cool.
That's mental. I want to play the tennis one.
And this one.
So you can see these are some really old games, can you?
Oh.
Yeah, let's get off